When I think about why people have low expectations, that's what really brings us back to the things that as Canadians we don't like to talk about. We don't want to talk about the fact that we live in a society that's classist. We don't want to talk about the fact that we have a history and live in a society that's racist. We don't want to think that our educational system has racism and bias and discrimination built in, or that our justice system or that our healthcare system has those things built into it, but they do.
What are the systems in play and the practices that teachers employ that consistently make black students or racialized students perform marginally in the education system?
We can help students by cultivating an education environment that's responsive to students' need, the issues, their aspirations, and their interests. We just can't not see color, although we might want to. Because if you don't see the racial background of the students, you might never address some of the underlying issues that our students come into the classroom with. So there is the absolute need to do that. So we need to, I always say, teach the students that we encounter, paying attention to their gender, race, sexuality, ethnicity, language skills, etc., etc. But until we do that, we might not be serving the student in the best possible way that student could be served.
We have to find a way to put the right people in the right place. The right teachers and child and youth workers and all of those people in the schools where their heart is and where their passion is and where they can best be productive. The second thing that we can do, and this is education and beyond education, is we need to really hold people accountable, and we have to sadly force them to learn about equity. They need to be accountable to understand how discrimination and equity and bias works, and understand that in their professional lives that they need to become more aware, they need to stop causing hurt even if it's unconscious, and they need to treat everyone with respect and worth.
Is there something about the expectations of teachers, the expectations of a system or structure that believes that black students or racialized students belong in a basic or workplace setting?
I think what people forget is that advantage is passed down and disadvantage is passed down.
What are ways that we can restructure that so that not only black students but every student gets to perform maximally, gets to reach their full self-potential?
And so the expectation that teachers give to students will enable the kind of educational outcome that we want for the student.